I'm one of the fastest platinum hunters out there, and with my series Road to Platinum, I'll show you how fast that is. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a new hunt for the platinum. In today's video, we will tackle some of the best GTAs that Rockstar has developed. Although they were goated when they released back in the day, these new versions might have been a painful re-release. From beloved features removed to the games being more broken than ever, this edition has it all. And today we will find out if the nostalgia still exists in these games, or if they have been ruined. This video will be divided into different sections, so feel free to skip towards whichever you want. And without further ado, I ask you all, are you ready? First, we start with the amazing Vice City. This game was originally released back in 2002, and it was amazing for its time. But now with the Definite Edition, it gets a bit fucked. When simple things like the minimap are done wrong, you know you're in for a ride. But I'll dive a bit deeper into the many problems this edition has at the end of the video, so be sure to stick around. Without further ado, let's get into the trophies. We start off in Vice City, obviously, and do a few story missions until we unlock the open world. And I immediately do something that is not my proudest moment, and that is exploiting one of the badly designed trophies. This trophy requires you to get a criminal rating of 100,000, which used to be 1,000,000. How do you get this trophy, you might ask? By getting money and killing people, which is worth points towards it. This trophy is notoriously known for being grindy as hell, because if you do everything the game has to offer, you're still not halfway there. So I was like, fuck it, and I did this exploit where you get the trophy after just 15 minutes. Because who's got the time to grind if the platinum trophy is what you want to find? The exploit is basically doing a certain checkpoint race and completing it every time just a second faster than the previous. Every time you break the record, the reward money gets doubled, all the way up to 50 something million. So after doing that, we get the trophy and we are millionaires. Oh, and there was a trophy for a lower criminal rating, so we got that as well, putting us at 2 right away. We continue with the story and eventually ride into a spinning star with a wanted level, earning us a trophy. We then do some missions for an old cowboy, which gives us a few trophies for his missions. One for just completing the mission, one for killing someone with a golf club, and one for killing some people with a mini helicopter. We then decide to become a taxi driver for a bit and do 25 taxi fares for a trophy. I thought this is all I needed to do, and little did I know what hell awaited me. We continue doing some story stuff again and earn ourselves 2 trophies for completing missions. We get a bit hungry during all of these missions, so we decide to deliver some pizza.
Pizza time.
Which earns us a trophy. After our hunger quieted down, we returned to the story, which at the end of defending a yacht gave us a trophy. We then decided to hunt one of our employers down with an M4 and get a trophy for killing him with that specific weapon. After killing him, we take over his mansion and start living like the millionaires we already were. But shit starts to hit the fan as you get one of the worst missions of the game, and that is infiltrating as cops. The mission itself is fine, the worst part is getting the uniform. The cops are so broken that it is very hard to lure 2 officers at the same time, which is needed, in the garage to steal their outfit. The worst part of it all is after you manage to fail the mission after, you have to do it all again. And that's easily done because you get hunted by cops, making it a frustrating and a time-consuming mission. Shortly after this mission, we receive a 6-star wanted level, which results in a trophy. We continue to do some of the last story missions and get 2 trophies for it. We decide to do one of the most random trophies of this game, and that's doing keepy up with the beach ball at least 5 times. I then decided to do the 100 taxi fares for 100% completion, in which we also target the listening to all the radio stations trophy. However, we get the trophy after doing some asset missions. In this case, the Kaufman Cabs asset. The game has different types of assets in which you have to do all the missions for it in order to get 100% completion and also unlock the last story mission. But I will only show the ones that matter, otherwise the video gets a bit long and boring. We decided to work a bit towards 100% completion. We did some RC races where one of them gave a trophy. We did the paramedic missions and at the end of it also gave a trophy. We did the movie production asset, which definitely has some scenes I can't show on YouTube, but during these missions you get a trophy for completing a stunt-like mission without falling off, which is not that hard and can be done without even thinking about it. We also complete all the Hitman missions, which are kind of a side mission during the whole game. And with all the hard-earned money we got, we buy all the 17 properties, but the trophy pops at 10 already. After all that hard work, we unlock the last mission of the game, where we get betrayed by one of our friends. Unlike Tony Montana, we were prepared for this and sprayed all our enemies down to complete the story and unlock the trophy. We did not celebrate too long and got right into collecting everything. We do this by completing all 36 stunt jumps. We also collect all the hidden packages, which were 100 total. Both of these were not that much interesting to show other than getting the trophy, to be honest. We also did the 35 rampages for 100% completion. Once again, not that interesting, other than a few fails because of an annoying weapon you get. We then complete the first car list, where I will get more into detail a bit later on. And this first list unlocks the Deluxo. With this car we have to reach the max speed for a trophy. After doing that, we decide to steal a tank and go after the Vigilante trophy, where you have to complete all Vigilante missions. While doing this, we unlock the Bull in the China Shop trophy, where you basically have to destroy a lot. But funnily enough, we do not complete the Vigilante missions with the tank. Before we reach the end, we get yanked out of it and immediately blocked by some blown up cars, which was a nice experience of course. So nice in fact, that we decided to finish the Vigilante missions with an Apache helicopter. After that we get into a tank once again to reach Havoc for the Media Attention trophy. After all of this, we are in the end game of Vice City. We do a wheelie for 30 seconds, complete 12 firefighter missions, and lastly we focus our attention on all the car lists I talked about. We basically have to complete a few car lists where we have to steal cars and bring them back to this garage. After stealing all the cars for the lists, we complete the asset and get a trophy for it. We also complete the game 100%. Or so I thought. I had completed everything this game had to offer in order to get 100%, but for some reason it was still at 99%. So after some researching and going back in time, I decided to do the other boat mission at the dockyard. And after completing that mission, we get the trophy and the platinum. Was it really the mission that I had to complete, or was it the glitch within that mission for 100%? I didn't know and I didn't care, as I did everything I had to do anyway, so I did earn the platinum. With Vice City complete now, we move on to the next game. San Andreas was definitely one of my favorite GTAs growing up. Originally released back in 2004, Rockstar decided to release this gem again and make it even more fucked than Vice City. Not only does it have most of the problems Vice City had, they decided to add even more. Although this game gave me some great nostalgia playing it again, it was quickly ruined by the many bugs and removed features, which I will clarify more very soon. Let's get on with these trophies as well, shall we? We start by getting once again back in Los Santos.
Oh shit, here we go again.
Where we meet up with the old gang and decide to spend a wonderful afternoon biking. After that wonderful afternoon, CJ gets a bit of an eating addiction, in which we gladly guide him towards some clucking bell meals. And of course, getting him to the desired weight to put him at a health risk. With this massive body, we hang out with the gang again and decide to spray paint our car for a trophy. After this, we try to put CJ on the right side of the law by having him get a normal job. He tries to be a firefighter, but after 12 levels, he's had enough. Maybe being a taxi driver was more up his alleyway, but after 50 passengers, he's just like fuck it and goes back to his original ways. With all that hard-earned cash, we buy ourselves our first house. To show that we mean business, we get a task of stealing a rhyme book of a famous rapper. In order for us to get a missable trophy, we have to do this completely stealth. And after a first time god vision, we successfully do it the second time around. Before we make some big moves, we find out that we're getting betrayed by our old gang and are forced to... The place that we moved to is a nice little town where we decided to become an ambulance driver. But after a certain time, even CJ gets bored. But CJ has been such a good boy in the town that apparently he hasn't committed a crime for 24 hours, which earns us a trophy. After some time we find ourselves in a new city called San Fierro. Here we learn how to drive, have a sixth sense of someone's whereabouts, try to do some pimping for the 100% but the cops wanted to ruin my day,
You know your rights.
and escape the cops by any means necessary. We also do some fun little RC missions for one of the many assets in the game. We decide to take down part of the gang that has betrayed us and kill our old friend Ryder, and at the end of it all, earn a trophy. In order for us to continue the story, we need to make some money, as we are a bit broke at the moment. And in order to do that, we go 2 rounds around the map in a train, which makes us 50k for some reason. We then find ourselves in a military base, where we have to steal a jetpack. In order for us to get the last missable trophy, we have to enter this facility without triggering the alarm, which was done pretty easy. We find our way to the last city called Las Venturas, where we give into our gambling addiction right away. We make lots of money with some online poker and decide to spend 1 million on a guessing game where we lose more than $500,000, but we at least earn a trophy. We decided maybe pimping in this city is a better idea and successfully complete it. We then find ourselves in San Fierro for a bit for a checkpoint challenge, which lands us another trophy. We then take a plane back to Liberty City to take care of a gang, and once we land back in Las Venturas, unlock another trophy. We start to feel really powerful and head back to Los Santos, where we take over the city, kill all our enemies and complete the story. There's still a lot to do, in which a lot is working towards 100%. There are like 4 types of different collectibles, 1 for each city and 1 for the whole map, and after getting them all, we go on all the dates we still had to do for a trophy. This is made easier with collecting all the oysters. You're suddenly irresistible to every girl, no matter how ugly you are. We also show some smooth dancing skills for yet another trophy. We get a relapse to our gambling addiction and decide to gamble everything on red. Luckily, we can be $1 million in debt with the casino, so we gamble everything once again on red to win back our money and the trophy. We find the tank and decide to complete all the vigilante missions. While doing this, we earn a trophy for reaching maximum respect. We also reach 6 wanted stars for the first time. And after some bullshit glitches in which we have to fully restart the vigilante missions, we complete it after the 4th time. We go back to what the name stands for, commit some Grand Theft Auto for the export lists. While doing this, we get the highest sex appeal and bet on some horses. And after a long ass time, we finally collect the last car. We then go ahead and do all the asset missions, arena missions and cycling missions, which are not that interesting except the trucking asset, which is goddamn bugged as hell. After doing all of that, we shoot some hoops and max out all our weapon skills using a simple but effective trick. We complete the last set of races, which gets us 100% completion and unlocks the trophy. We've done a lot of work, but we are not done yet. We have to conquer Los Santos fully by making all the college squares green. We do this by using a tank. This makes it all really easy and doesn't trouble us much at all. Except when the other gangs decide to attack one of our squares, then it gets a bit annoying, as you cannot take over any of the areas while it's going on. Because of this, you have to go back and forth a lot, because it happens quite often. After conquering everything, we get the trophy. And then there's only one more thing left to do.
Oh shit, here we go again.
Now that we got both platinums, let's put some things in review. Vice City took me around 22 hours and San Andreas around 37, making up a total of 59 hours for 2 platinums and this video. The games were enjoyable, as most GTA games are, and are also very nostalgic because of the history of them. But once the nostalgia wears off, it becomes apparent how much of a shit show these games are. There are countless bugs. Some were funny, but most of them were obnoxious and annoying. Not only that, but even the minimap wasn't done right. This shit is really unacceptable, but Rockstar is getting away with it. With these new additions, the old ones have been removed from every store, basically forcing you to literally buy a worse version for a lot more money. So should you platinum it? Well, if you're a GTA fan and don't care about the money, I'm not stopping you, as I bought it myself. But if you have some dignity and want to show that Rockstar can't get away with this, I'll stand by you, as this shit is anti-consumer. I thank you all for watching, and as always, I'll see you soon.
Alright guys, it's a simple job.